Welcome back. Episode 11 of Three Dudes. I am one of your hosts, Easton Bennett. We got Liam Owens and Broden Wonderlick back again for another episode. Let's get after it, boys.
We got any comments to rip?
We got so many comments. Actually, this is the most comments we've had in 1 week.
Oh, I love comments.
On like YouTube too. So it's like talk about the show.
We're kind of breaking platforms here.
Yeah, usually we pull comments from like TikToks and Instagram Reels that kind of blow up a little bit. But we got a couple text comments and a couple YouTube comments.
Hang on. Not yet.
No comments yet?
Told you guys a couple days ago that I had a surprise for you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you did. What did you bring, Liam?
Fucking get a load of this. So
I'm nervous.
I am too.
Oh, you should be. So I got like a security mailbox set up in front of my house.
Yep.
So when you open the top, there's just a little slit for them to put the mailbox in. And usually I can just take it out with my fingers. And so I don't try to unlock it.
Yep.
So at the very bottom was this. I don't know how long it's been sitting in there. It's not dated.
It's a postcard.
It's a postcard from J.L. Beers of Minot, North Dakota, where we live.
Where we live.
Keeping it cool at J.L.
Okay.
Beers. Very nice. Look at that.
Somebody
Okay.
wrote
Now
us a paragraph.
it says the 4th of August, 2022 here. I don't know how
So
accurate
it's,
that
yeah.
is. I don't know how accurate. It says, read me on your show. Dear Liam / Broden, and then in parentheses, not Easton.
This is exciting.
I'm sorry. I don't know why. It says, we all just watched your new podcast, and OMG, it's so funny. My girlfriends and I are in love with you. Love, your secret admirers.
Wow. Let me verify the reading of this.
Go ahead. And
I'll
that
just
blows my mind because I don't know who knows my address or who that could possibly be from. So that is hilarious to me.
do you think it was dropped in the box or do you think it was
you do
sent?
Beer mail at J.O. Beers. You
Wait, we can just leave it there.
get the postcard and they take it from you and mail it themselves.
Not Easton.
Let me see
You know,
that.
that might have just been, maybe it was just a joke.
Maybe they're flirting and they mean specifically me?
Yeah, they single you out.
God, you guys are such jokesters
That'll
out there.
get 'em.
Hey, first of all, whoever wrote this, wow.
Very nice
Like
handwriting.
your handwriting is
Incredible.
stupid good.
I low-key feel like I've seen that handwriting before.
Good for you. And then every I and J is dotted with a heart.
Yeah.
And exclamation point.
There was
Wow.
some attention to detail there.
It looked familiar.
We are in
You're
love with
kidding.
you. Love your secret admirers.
I'm not like 100% sure that I've actually seen that handwriting, but like I could have.
Maybe at some point, yeah.
I
Wow.
do take attention to people's handwriting.
I mean, how many variations of handwriting could there really be, too?
It's calling an expert. This is gonna bother me that I
is
don't
nuts.
know now.
Well, that's
though.
the thing, too. So that's what, go ahead and put it right there. You know what? That's a new centerpiece for us.
Yeah.
So to the
Our
secret-
heads are fucking huge right now. I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
it felt great. Dude, when I saw that, I looked at it and I go, first of all, awesome.
Liam wrote it, dropped it in his own mailbox,
Left it
made
in
up
there.
this whole story.
Don't remember it at all. I wish my handwriting was that nice.
Yeah.
No, and
How many of you are there? That's why I want to know how many girlfriends are there? Me and my girlfriends.
who all watched it?
That's what I'm
I have
saying.
no idea.
All right,
That's
Liam,
crazy.
get into what you're gonna say.
But yeah, first of all, I was like, awesome. Second of all, who knows my address?
I mean, thanks for the compliments.
Love that.
Wow.
So
yeah, who?
if you're
Also-
watching this now, to the secret admirers, if you want to expose yourselves, you can. If not, a little mystery doesn't hurt.
Hey, throw in another.
Go ahead.
Yeah, send Liam something else. I like
Yeah.
this little pen pal situation.
This is
we
cool.
got.
This is
It's
really
gonna be
fun.
some-
Why,
dude
why are
catfish
they
tonight.
attacking you?
I don't know. I'm
Not
sure I got
Easton.
past history with one of the girlfriends
Wow.
of the group of girls. I don't
Maybe.
know. Maybe it's a guy. Maybe we're getting Manti Te'o right
Maybe
now.
exactly. That's what I thought too. Someone's definitely pranking me.
But here's the thing: knowing they got to know your address. If
Which-
they're sending it from JL Beers,
Yeah.
which is interesting,
Which is
or
very
they had to go past your house somehow, write it down, or follow you to your house,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that if
or ask someone that knows.
yeah, that's the thing too. So I'm trying to think of who would even know my address. I mean, besides Janie and her basketball friends.
Not Easton. I'm gonna examine
No,
that.
they wouldn't go to J.O. Beers, I don't think so.
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
On. We'll
We're gonna do some investigating ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a forensic analysis in here to go over that
copy the
handwriting.
handwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of exciting. I was really worried. You texted us earlier in the week and said, "Hey, I have something to bring to you guys for this week's show.
What are you
And I was like,
worried about?
I don't know.
Could've
I
been
know you. It could have been anything. Yeah, you
Could've
could have
been
brought
anything.
a live vermin in here and been like, for each
Surprise.
of you, a
Yeah.
rat.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Anything short of walking down here with a leash tiger.
You never know. That's what I pride my life on that. Just being,
Honestly.
being random, keeping things interesting.
You're very unpredictable.
Yeah, for the people watching it, well, for the people listening, if you want to see it, we put a picture up on during the show. We'll take a picture of it and actually post it so you guys can kind of look at it. But thank you guys for the letter, a new pen pal. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, do it again. Actually, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Let's
Keep
get
going
into
until we can guess who it is.
let's get into some. Yeah, maybe just leave us like a Hansel and Gretel.
let's do some hints.
Bread
Like a
crumb,
Zodiac killer
a
type deal.
breadcrumb.
I like that. Yeah. A what?
breadcrumb trail.
There you go.
Did I say cum?
I heard it.
I heard it.
Yeah, leave that too.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not. Okay. Let's get into some digital pen pals here. Lee Pinto says, for the love of the game, Vin Scully quote, the cathedral that is Yankee Stadium belongs to a chapel. Kevin Costner's character was named Billy Chapel. So we talked about,
Field of Dreams.
yeah, he was in For the Love of the Game when Costner was Bonin Ripken's wife.
Mm-hmm. Good for him.
Yeah, I do like that movie though. It's a good movie.
Great movie. One of my favorites.
Billy Chapel. I wish I had a name that you could use it in conjunction with like a real word thing. So like Bennett, that's not a thing in the real world. Bennett. But if my last name was like Farm.
If your last name was Case and your parents would have named you Justin.
Just in case. I like that.
No.
But yeah, or your last
Probably
name's
get the
Couch
shit beat out of
or
you.
something, you know?
Yeah.
Just something that you can, it's a double
Make a play
entendre.
on.
Yeah, double entendre. Is that the word? Entendre, I think.
I feel like double entendre is like got something to do with a little bit like.
I feel like I mean, it's something that has two meanings, I believe. Carl Beckham. Never heard of y'all before, but you popped up on my homepage, so I'll subscribe early and hope you blow up.
Love
Thanks,
that.
Carl. Appreciate it.
Shout out Carl.
Yeah, we'll remember you.
The search words must be working, or the search terms must be working well for popping on people's homepage.
Oh,
Maybe he actually meant blow up, like he wants us to
die.
not exist anymore.
Maybe. We're in a great place for it.
But thanks, Carl. Are you related to David Beckham? Gunnar Evenson. As a professional truck driver, I really enjoy a good podcast. This is exactly the podcast that brings most joy during my drives. Great pod, boys.
Thanks, Gunner.
God damn it, Gunnar.
Appreciate you.
Those are the comments we like to see.
That gets you fired up.
This is like an uplifting episode.
Yeah.
I already like it.
Somebody will shit on us. Just
Yeah.
give it time.
Let's just cut off after. We're not even going to read a topic this
Are we
week.
gonna-
It's just a feel good episode. It's about 15, 20 minutes.
Quit while we're ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to wrap this one early. Rocky Morrow. So good I had to subscribe. Rocky.
Damn.
Feel good's getting better and better.
Hey, well,
We love the subscriptions.
good friend that I graduated with, Tyrell Anderson.
Yep.
Talking to him, he messaged me for my birthday last week, and he said, listens to every episode, gets him through the day, likes it. So
That's
shout
what we
out
like to
Tyrell.
see.
Appreciate that.
We love the people, the early adapters, I call them. The people that are here before.
day oneers?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stick around.
Those people are the
It's
ones.
only going to get better.
Those are the ones we give VIP tickets to when we have our first live show, which we've also discussed. It very minimally, but we're gonna have a live show eventually one of these days.
We're
Maybe
getting
episode like, I don't know,
Coming
40.
Coming to a
Episode
city near you.
69.
40, 50. But we need more people. So share it with people so we can get that audience for when we do a live show. I said do.
Nerd.
Xavier Mantilla. I definitely agree. I can easily pick out when a cult is forming, but at the same time, I can see why other people may be interested. What kind of guy is this guy that can just
How
pick
many
out?
cults has this man seen just like come to fruition?
He's in too many groups that starts getting a little bit. He's like,
He's friends with a few buddies. He's like, like Jack, man, you got to get away from those dudes. They're a little weird.
He goes and talks to the leader, which is obviously handsome. He's like, I see where this is starting to go. I'm going to bow out now, but I could see why the other members would stay because I'm enticed to stay. But my mom told me no cults.
Yeah, against my better judgment.
She said you can only be in 3. This is my 4th group that's turning into one. That's why he can see them so many times. He's been
Exactly. He's seasoned.
This guy is our expert.
a seasoned cult veteran.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all the comments. Thank you guys for commenting again. The comments really bring some life to the beginning of the show. So
And
keep
thanks for all
sending
the
them in.
love. Wow, yeah. That was a lot of love there.
And we'll take it however it comes. You know, if it's a YouTube comment, if it's a review, Instagram, even if you text us and we know you and you text us, we'll read your stuff on the show. If you send us a physical letter from JL Beer,
That is crazy. Yeah.
I'll give you my address.
yeah, we'll pop it. We should get a PO box. A Three Dudes PO box.
Dude,
We check it twice a year.
the most vulgar shit would be in that PO box.
Yeah.
We would get some of the most messed up shit.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of want to see it.
Okay.
I've always wanted people to send me stuff.
Why not? Oh, I mean, that felt great.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
I saw that.
How did that, how did that feel
awesome.
for you though?
Less than probably what Liam felt,
Yeah.
but it was still there.
It's still there.
It almost felt like, you know, in Grown Ups when there's the two hot chicks and then like the other sister is wearing a one piece and has a bald cap.
Oh yeah.
That's what I felt like there. But
I'm
hey,
sorry.
I'm still
Yeah.
on the show.
I
I'm
read
still
that
getting
and
paid.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I'm still getting paid.
sorry.
But Liam added it. It just said, "Hey guys," and
I
he's
put-
like,
yeah, and then I
minus
put
Easton.
parentheses, yeah. You just gotta-
he's gonna think this is hilarious.
Somebody's got it out for you. And I think that's awesome.
That's right. A lot of people do, but you know,
Hey.
we get after it. We're gonna get into our topic again. Before we get into our topic, I'm sure you've seen it on the board, but please share this on your story. We had a couple people share it on their story and say, "Go watch this," so it's kind of cool. Share it on the story. Tell a friend. Tell your mom. Tell your grandma. Tell whoever. Every listen matters. So we're gonna get right into our topic. We need a beer refill. Beer with ice. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. You want me to grab you one?
Please.
All right, so we're gonna get right into our topic, and this week we're gonna talk Greek mythology. I'm kind of excited for this one. You know, I think I brought this up to you guys earlier in the week, and I don't know if Liam was terribly excited. No, that was
What?
the
No,
other.
that
No,
was-
yeah,
That was the other one.
that was-
Friday
Well, that
night.
one, well, that just caught me off guard a little bit. I was like, "What are we
Yeah,
gonna
water
talk
parks.
about?"
Yeah, and you go, what else?
What else? I was,
yeah, and I was like, all right, I'll come up with something else. So my other else is Greek mythology, and I don't know a ton about it, so that's kind of why I'm excited to talk about it. Broden said he knows a little bit, but
Oh, I used to be obsessed with the Percy Jackson books.
we're
As a
actually,
kid.
yeah. And the reason I actually thought of this in the first place was I was at my sister's volleyball game, and my dad's a teacher, and one of his students came up, started talking to him about these Greek gods, and I was like, we should talk about that on the show.
I like
Sweet.
And now we're here on the show, and we're gonna talk about it.
There's a lot of them.
We're only gonna talk about 12 though. The definition is Greek mythology is a body of myths originally told by the ancient Greeks and a genre of ancient Greek folklore. I've always liked the word folklore.
Just a bunch of stories told
Yeah.
by grandparents to grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Said if you don't do your chores, Zeus is going to light you on fire with a lightning bolt.
Was it actually like that?
I feel like,
Probably.
you know, like very.
I feel like that's more like stories you tell. Like what's an old folk's tale?
Like Krampus, the effed up version of Santa.
No,
You've never heard about that?
I'm thinking like
I don't-
old MacDonald.
That's like a
At
nursery
a
rhyme.
farm.
That's
Yeah,
a nursery
Those
rhyme.
are
Not
like
even
folk
relatively
tales, like
close.
stories.
Oh,
Folk
you-
tales? It's a nursery rhyme, pal.
No, I know it's a nursery rhyme, but like a folk tale is like a story that's like made up.
Like the Loch Ness Monster or something.
Maybe.
Like Krampus.
Dude, I've never heard of Krampus in my life.
Oh, really?
I've only ever heard it in very, very quick.
It's like
I'm
this.
gonna read it really fast.
It's
Dude.
like so like if you were bad and you weren't on the nice list, I think it's like Eastern Europe or Northern Europe or something like that where it's originated. The opposite of Santa Claus would come and take the naughty kids and kill them,
And that was Krampus.
and that was Krampus. They made a movie about it.
Was it called Krampus?
Yeah,
That seems a
You
little.
familiar?
It seems a little extreme.
Yeah.
How about we just toss a little coal in the sock, and now we got to kill him?
yeah. Like he would like kill them or do something to them, mutilate them.
Well, do something to him and kill him. That's a very vast.
Hey, this
Dude.
guy's getting worse and worse.
He'd grab him and do something to him.
Dance
what,
off.
What something?
Shake him.
If you can beat me at a dance off, you live.
I probably could beat you in a dance off.
Oh, absolutely.
We're both pretty bad dancers,
Yeah.
actually.
Terrible. Liam can dance a little bit.
I'm
It's
gonna
jiggy.
be honest with you. I got rhythm. What is it? I'm sturdy. As the kids are saying it now.
We'll start calling you Motown Liam.
Call me whatever you want.
Oh, is that you're like sturdy, like the TikTok dance sturdy?
I'm sturdy.
Really?
Well, that's
I mean, I've seen you
Let's-
dance.
We're gonna
firsthand.
let's create a piece
You
of content.
bust some shit out, like at the weddings we've been to. Yeah,
Yeah.
you bust some shit out.
oh yeah. I don't remember doing it, but I was there.
It's
Damn,
a
you
post
did good.
post 5 drink dance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll
You got to get the joints loose.
let's
Well,
do like a dance
what,
off. We'll post it on our TikTok and Instagram. And
That's
stuff.
crazy.
A friend of one of my friends,
the
boyfriends, he said, "Damn, Liam's pretty smooth." And you know what? I took that to heart. That felt great.
Next thing you know, he's writing us letters on the show.
Mm-hmm.
The myths deal with the creation of the gods in the world, the struggling among the gods for supremacy, and the triumph of Zeus, the love affairs and quarrels of the gods, and the effects of their adventures and powers on the mortal world. So, doing this research, I went into this not knowing pretty much anything except Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
And it's been years since I've even thought about that movie. So I really know nothing. But all of it after doing the research seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So-
why, I mean, like, that's why it's kind of out the drain now. I don't think anybody worships Greek gods anymore.
I always thought it was like a
I
made up
don't.
thing, like a series like Harry Potter was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I always just thought like it's like something someone made up, and it's like there's this fan group, and everyone's like, oh, all these Greek gods, but I didn't realize it was like a practicing religion that people.
Yeah. It was pretty big for a long time.
I'd say back then, I mean, it's probably similar to how it is now. That
With like
as,
Christianity,
well, like, as normal people, yeah, you have to believe that there's a higher power. Because
and their
why-
higher power were these,
why
were
not?
these
And
gods.
so, yeah,
Especially
so
when
that would
stuff
be-
happened that they didn't understand. Like,
be
think
the-
about like 5,000 years ago and you see a total solar eclipse. You're like, wow, God is trying to kill us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or you see the first lightning bolt, and you're like, you turn to your friend, and what the fuck was
And
that?
then about 3 seconds later, you hear the thunder.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And then next thing you know, you're cleaning chocolate mud pies out of your shorts.
Can you imagine seeing a lightning bolt for the first time, not knowing what it is?
Yeah.
And you're
I'd
like,
lose it.
you're like 35. Because like you don't remember, like,
35.
You went that many years without seeing one?
well, I'm just thinking like, because when you're a kid, you don't really remember things. Like, do you remember the first lightning bolt you saw?
Probably not.
Yeah, me neither. So that's like in this scenario.
So now we have to be 35.
Yeah, but in
to
this
be able to
scenario,
remember.
imagine you're like lightning just started because there's this god of the sky, right?
Just started.
Yeah. So you're like,
They
How
just-
long
okay,
is it sticking
let's-
around?
Okay,
They
let's
just
say you're
invented the lightning bolt.
let's say you're 20. Okay, so you're 20, and then you're just walking, and you're like, oh, those clouds look pretty gray. Boom, lightning bolt.
the fuck was that?
Yeah, I'd literally shit myself.
You see that?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
For people who've never seen that stuff, it had to be a higher
It
power.
had to be
because it was
something else.
unexplainable.
Would it be?
That
what
makes
would-
sense.
What would you call it? Is it a deity?
Yes,
you go.
and that's
Yeah.
a word I ran into a lot, and I had to Google it, which pretty much just means God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What was that?
Did you hear something too?
I heard
Yeah.
something.
It's Zeus.
We're talking about him. What was it?
I don't know. It doesn't matter though. We gotta entertain some people.
Not if there's someone breaking into my backyard.
the
side-
entertainment.
Actually,
can
no,
wait.
that's the side yard. There's probably a rabbit.
Well,
running
just
over
tell
the
them, hey, we're in the middle
Hey,
of
calm down.
something.
It's all right.
Can you
It's just a rabbit, man.
can you wait?
Yeah, why do you think
an
it's
hour
a
and a half?
It's
stud?
not running after you. You're fine.
It's coming down the stairs. I'm gonna freak. Fuck. But yeah, ancient Greek mythology and religion. There were 12 Olympians. So I'm just learning they had a bunch of different words for gods. Why don't they just use gods?
Didn't have them.
I don't know. They didn't speak English back then, so
Yeah. Everyone was in different regions and believed different things and called them different stuff.
I guess that makes a lot of sense. But there's English words for them: Olympians, deities, and gods. That's
Now,
three.
I think
because of the
when you
Rosetta Stone.
you say deities, that means gods, but you say Olympians, I think that's pertaining to the gods that sit on Mount Olympus, which are the Greek gods.
Yeah. And Michael Phelps.
Bingo.
He was the best Olympian ever. Still is. All right, so the 12 we're going to talk about: Zeus, Hera, Poseidon. I apologize in advance for fucking these up because I know a couple of them I'm going to just butcher. And we're going to get right to this one, which is Demeter.
Yep.
Is that how you say
Yeah.
it? Ooh, 4 for 4.
This guy's a big book. guy.
Athena,
Yeah.
Apollo, Ooh. Artemis. Artemis. I knew it too. I was going to go Artemis and I went
Artemis?
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about that,
It
it's
sounds like
definitely
a
not how you would
disease.
pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Artemis.
You put in
Ares.
Aries.
Aries. God
Ares.
of War.
Wow, that's
Video game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the God of War.
Yeah, Aries.
Hephaestus.
Hephaestus.
It's like asbestos' cousin.
God, you just know things, and it's just crazy because every day we live together. Every day I see you, I go,
You find
God, this guy
something
doesn't
new.
know anything.
You look at me, you're like,
Give him a list of the gods.
There's
You guys
not-
that give him a list of the gods. Have to read
there's
it.
not a thought between those ears.
No.
And
God, this
turns
guy,
out there's a few of them.
there's a few. This guy can fry some chicken.
God, you'd be a great trivia partner. Other than that,
Fresh out.
I'm
yeah,
a shit friend, I guess.
I wouldn't
Great
do.
trivia partner, but just a piece of work to hang around.
Like, what's that guy worth? Well, you want to win trivia? Bring him with you. Other than that, he's not the bestest of friends.
He's about worthless.
So, how do you say it? Hephaestus?
Yep.
Okay. Aphrodite. Aphrodite.
Nope, you did it
Aphrodite.
right.
There we go. Hermes. And there's like an argument between the 12th one. Hestia or Dionysus.
I think it's
Dionysus.
I don't even know how to say that one. That was
Dion
weird.
with a Y-S-U-S.
I think it's Dionysus, maybe.
Dionysus. That sounds so much better than what I said.
I think it's Dionysus.
Let's go with
Yes.
that. Well,
One
if you
of those.
guys, I'm just going to point at you next time it comes up in my notes and you guys rip that name. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to go through all of them, kind of learn about these fun dudes and gals. Zeus, you guys know what he is the god of.
God of.
The god
Thunder,
of the
lightning.
sky and
Yeah.
lightning.
From now on, let's let Liam go first since apparently.
This guy knows everything.
Yeah.
He's already read the
Dude,
books.
I'm telling you, I read all those books and I was so into them as a kid. Like I just started watching videos and other movies and other books about the Greek gods. So invested into it for maybe 2 to 3 years.
Was Percy Jackson like a...
It was like the door opener for
just
me.
some regular dude, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I thought...
He was no Percy Jackson was like he's like a demigod. So like a god had a kid with a human. So he was half god, half human. And I think it was Poseidon.
That was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So they say.
Poseidon. Okay, so Poseidon had a child with a normal person,
The normal human woman.
and they call them
Demigods.
mortals.
Demigods.
Mortals, like
Mortal means alive and will die one day.
yeah,
Immortal is a god.
basically. Yeah, there you go.
I think there was a Percy Jackson movie where the
2 of them.
the one actress was pretty good looking. I think
Oh, the one that played Annabeth. Her name's
Annabeth. Yes,
Alexandra Daddario.
Daddario, yes.
Oh my goodness, man.
Daddario.
Yeah, if you never got into Percy Jackson, then
She's a cutie.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Is that well? That is also. She was in.
There's
that
another movie
with
you
Zac
should watch.
Efron.
Oh, Baywatch. The
Baywatch.
remake.
That was
of
her,
Baywatch.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You should watch the one with her and Matthew McConaughey.
Good grief. Yeah.
I don't know what that one's called, but I know what you're
What's it
talking
called?
about.
Don't know. Tell you after the show.
We'll figure it out.
It's PG-13. People would say.
Nice. Good. I like those.
As the chief Greek deity, is that how you say it? Deity?
Deity. Yeah.
Deity. Zeus is considered the ruler and protector and father of the gods and humans. Bet Broden knew that. Kratos. You know who that is, Broden?
Yeah. Zeus, one of Zeus's half kids or whatever. Demigod kid.
Isn't it crazy he knows more about this than my research a half hour ago?
I might,
Yeah.
because just go on.
Kratos fought Zeus furiously and managed to deliver several powerful blows. As he stated he would kill Zeus for his actions, enraged at his defiance, Zeus unleashed his full might on the vengeful warrior in the form of a deadly electrical storm. Kratos stabbed Zeus with the blade of Olympus. All of this, like reading this, just makes me feel like I have no idea, like when I was doing the research, what any of this stuff means. Kind of like the first time you read the Bible and you're like, or Shakespeare, like the first time you read his plays.
I would have a much easier time understanding Spanish, I think, than the way Shakespeare writes.
Yeah. Where art thou?
Because he's saying words and it's like,
Did they talk like
does
that in real
mean-
life?
Yeah, I think so.
Had
That's
to
why he
have.
wrote it like that.
Had to have.
And then people were just like, we're going to simplify this.
I can't believe there was all that extra shit.
I think
In-
Yoda would
in
have fit in with
sentences.
that
Guaranteed.
plan. You have a good impression of.
Yeah, Yoda just walks in. Hey,
Yeah.
give me the gabagool. Hey, where art thou?
What's this guy saying?
Hey, where art thou?
All right. Before his marriage to Hera, Zeus consorted with a number of female Titans.
So
No,
they were like the
Titans.
preceders of the gods. They like the gods overtook the Titans and
So
became in power.
there's levels.
Yeah.
Levels of this.
There's levels to this shit.
Yeah, like there's
think.
stuff like older than the gods or the Titans.
So are the Tennessee Titans named after?
I would imagine
Maybe.
that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Probably.
I didn't even think about that. Do you ever think about what sports teams are named after?
Yeah, all the time.
The Chicago Bears, probably Bears.
Like
I'm going to go
that's
on
a-
a limb here.
That's a
Which
level.
bear?
That's a level 1
Yeah.
there. Like when you download an app and it's like, all right, we're gonna give you all the easy levels. It's like Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings.
Bears.
What about the Los Angeles Dodgers? What are they named after? What is a Dodger?
Peter LaFleur.
Yeah.
He's named after the Globo Gym, Purple
Purple
Cobras. Yeah, that's interesting because now that I think about it, like the Browns. What are the Browns?
Yeah, for real.
They got that elf in the middle of their field now.
What?
They got a little elf in the middle of their field.
Like wearing a
In the middle, they're
like a Keebler elf looking guy?
yeah,
Really?
literally. Have you not seen a picture?
No.
It's a weird thing. I didn't know elves
I
were
don't
part of their
know
brand.
if I like that. I thought they
You
were
should
like
see their marketing
dogs,
on Twitter.
because it's called the Dog Pound, or at
It
least
is
it
called
was.
the Dog Pound. Yeah, yeah. They got an elf now, just some random
Okay.
elf that's in the middle. I think it's
They
an
just
elf.
really love
It's a little person.
like whatever the Keebler cookies are.
Yeah, it looks like a Keebler elf. If I'm thinking what Keebler
you
elf,
say
look like,
elf, I think Keebler elf.
I think
Like the
Santa's
cookie
minions.
brand.
Minions, he says.
Those were elves, right? I think of Buddy the elf.
Mm-hmm.
He also consorted with a number of female Titans and his sister Demeter. One thing I learned while doing this research
There's
is
just so much inbred.
incest was just
All of them.
encouraged.
Running rampant.
Yeah.
Encouraged.
Your sister, your half sister, your cousin,
if you
your
didn't,
mom, sister, anything.
if you didn't, you'd almost be in trouble.
Yeah.
Zeus has 4 siblings. Was that your wallet?
Yes. I had to get that out of there. I can't sit on my wallet for too long because I got the dad wallet, the trifold.
Yeah.
It was real big, so
When you like purposely stick in like
You need another one,
clippings from
Leroy?
the newspaper in your wallet just so you can make it look
Please.
bigger.
no. I got cards in there and trinkets and
Trinkets.
you name it. Odds
Bunch
and
of hard candies.
Yeah.
things that should be in
You
there.
never know what you might need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Walk into a china shop, stick a couple of items in there.
Yeah.
Zeus has 4 siblings, which include Hera, Hades. So Hades must have been like hell.
Yeah, Hades is the god of the underworld. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's okay. So
I'm breaking the cinder block right now.
I got it.
So him and the devil would be brothers. If
Yeah,
you were to
it's-
like mix
Well,
religion.
like the big
that would
three,
be
Zeus-
different, probably.
Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades were like the most powerful of the three, or of all of them.
That makes sense. Poseidon and Hestia. Zeus also had 6 children, which included Artemis, Apollo, Hermes, Athena, Eris, and Aphrodite. So I didn't realize like all these gods are just under Zeus. Like Zeus is just making more gods.
Yeah, because he would sleep with another god, and then they
Which was
have
in
a
his family?
kid god.
I think Zeus wrote the book of the Greek mythology. It's
And
his,
he's like, oh man, I used to get laid all the time. Like I was with her and her.
literally like we haven't seen the other side of who are the people that are arguing against Zeus's story. Zeus is like, hey man, I'm the most powerful god.
I think
argue against him.
yeah, like Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, like always had, like were always bickering with each other. Like they were always having little quarrels and stuff like that.
Oh no, I was talking about Zeus writing his own story.
That yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like you were saying like what's like Hades' view on the whole thing?
Yeah, but
Like,
it's
what's
like
his
yeah,
version of
it's
this
almost like
story?
he's the dad of this big like family, and he's like, guys, I'm gonna
he's
tell
the
the
leader.
story. Yeah, he's like, this is my story. We're gonna trick all these people, or I'm gonna trick all these people into thinking this is the story.
Right.
So there almost needs to be like a Martin Luther that comes and like does the 95 theses of Zeus's things that are wrong.
What are you talking
But who's going to say it now?
Well, no one's going to say it now, but I'm thinking
cares
during
now?
it, they should have. You know what I mean?
Well, they would have got smited.
What is that verb? Just killed, I assume.
To be smitten.
To be smitten.
That's not true. That's not.
Get hit,
Totally
with,
different
a,
words.
get hit with a smite.
Yeah.
I feel like a smite could be a sword.
I don't know what the actual Nathan, pull it up.
The definition of smite.
He's grabbing the mic. He's got some.
Yeah, I already got it.
He's already got it.
You knew
means
we were going to talk
uh,
about smitten. Let's go.
My phone's being weird here.
Okay. I'll just stop.
Strike with a firm blow, or be strongly attached to someone or something.
Would that be smitten?
Yeah, she was smitten with the boy. Is the written?
With the boy.
With the boy. That's the example sentence.
Yeah. So with a strong blow, but that's what that people would say. Smite me right now, and a lightning bolt would just come out of nowhere and just.
I love that
two,
noise.
So two vastly different
Probably,
meanings.
yeah, I don't know. Well, if there's no thunder, lightning doesn't
that
make sound.
noise that you just. Yep.
So it's either, hey, I'm going to get absolutely blown up here, or
I'm
flattered. Birds of a feather, man.
Hey, I prefer the latter.
Me too, honestly. Love a good smitten woman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Zeus's story, like, I don't know. It's kind of like people say that about the Bible. It's like, well, that's God's story. No one's told the devil's story. You know what I mean? Vice versa. Isn't there a stand-up comedian that talks about that?
Yeah, I think
Jim
so.
Jeffries, yeah. Hera, the goddess of marriage. I should have asked you actually what you thought it was. Women, goddess of marriage, women and family, and the protector of women during childbirth. Also, one thing I found out in doing this research, they would just like swallow each other,
The gods.
eat each other.
Okay.
I don't know. I couldn't figure out.
You want to know what that was?
Yes.
So, like, remember how I said the Titans were before the gods or whatever? Like,
Yep.
the Titans were like the fathers and the aunts and uncles of all the gods.
Oh.
So,
How
the
far back does this weird story go?
Forever. It's crazy.
Forever. What's before the Titans?
I'm
Something
not
was before
sure.
them,
There was
something
like
was before
Mother
them.
Earth, which is like Gaia or whatever. Yeah. Anyways,
He's just like, I'm so smart right now.
He's glowing right now.
not really. This is a lot of words. Anyways, so the father.
This is a lot of words.
This
right,
is a
let's
lot
hear
of
it.
You
words.
can use them.
So, Cronus
Yep.
was the main father. He was like the Zeus of the Titans, right? Like the most powerful and in charge. He was the father of Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. And he was told that there was a prophecy that the gods the kids that he had would overthrow him and kill him. So he ate all of the kids as they were born. And then
Yeah.
somehow Zeus was kept alive by his mother and like hidden away until he got old enough. And then Zeus killed him, and all the gods were still alive in their dad or whatever.
Do you think if people were watching before that started, that they're still watching? Because I was trying to pay attention. I'm like, I have no idea how that, I'm not saying you told a bad story. I'm saying I followed
Poorly.
a bad.
Fraction
Yeah.
of it, yeah. It's something's not.
So the
quite
dad of the
clicking in
gods
there.
ate him. Zeus killed the dad, freed all the other kids, and now they're the gods.
I think Zeus ate someone because they didn't want them to have a son that took over him.
Yes, Zeus ate one of his wives, which was a Titan,
Yeah.
and then ended up having a kid with her while she was inside of him somehow. I think that's how the story goes. And that was Athena, because Athena is like the goddess of wisdom and stuff.
I thought Athena was a goddess of war.
Strategy.
Battle strategy. I
Pretty
think.
similar.
Yeah. No. They're very different.
Fuck off. Oh, it's not.
It's true.
Okay.
Hera was both the sister and wife of Zeus, with whom she reigned on Mount Olympus. I can't even imagine. Like, how do you marry your sister? Well, I guess you can't now. There's no like step-by-step process. But
Depends on where you live, I guess.
hey, we maybe
We're
have
too
people
far
listening.
north for that.
We're awfully north.
Don't stereotype these Southern people.
No,
Let them stereotype themselves.
that's
Well, they already did.
the thing. Yeah, the stereotypes are there for a reason.
Hera sided with the Greeks in the Trojan War after the Trojan prince Paris chose Aphrodite as the most beautiful goddess over her. Seems like a lot of beef.
There's so much beef
There's something
going on.
And everyone just lies. Like they make their own things up. Like there's 3 virgin goddesses. I think they were none of them were virgins.
You don't know that.
I read it.
But you weren't there.
I wasn't there. I did not watch their every move.
Exactly.
Someone was there though to pass it along to me through Google.
It's just like, how do people come up with all this stuff? You know what I mean?
It's one guy, Zeus.
No, but I mean, like, somebody obviously,
I think his name was actually Homer.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
somebody wrote all this shit down and was like, yeah, you know what? And he's going to sleep with his sister. And they're going to have like 7 kids together. It's like, what's going on in this guy's head?
Some guy's just writing down a bunch of random shit.
He had to live in the basement
And then-
of someone's house.
And then just starts going up and just starts just another just random twist for no reason
He's
whatsoever.
one of those guys that like sticks his pencil in there. He's like, yes, that's good.
How can I make this weirder?
Yeah, he's,
And then he starts eating kids. Why? Whoever's reading this, why did he do that?
And then his wife gets pregnant. But let's make his wife his sister too. Well, how would we
yeah.
do that?
And
Well,
you
we
know
gotta go
what?
back
He
to-
was hungry when that kid was born.
Yeah.
So
Just like
gobble,
the-
gobble, gobble, gobble.
But we got to make him die somewhere and come back to life.
Yeah.
Mount Olympus, we talked about that. So that's the Olympus is the home of the Greek gods. It's actually a real mountain. Did you know that?
Is it?
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know where. Because I
Mount Olympus?
Googled Mount Olympus and a real picture came up. Like, I think I knew it was I knew it was a mountain, but
Maybe it's like the tallest mountain in Greece or something like that. So they thought the gods lived up there.
no one could actually get up there.
Right.
They're like, we don't know what's up there. Probably those guys that are shooting lightning bolts.
Those
from the air.
inbreds.
Yeah. Let me tell you who's up there. It's like a Greek Adams family up there.
This is horrible.
Doing some weird shit up there.
Nathan, go ahead.
This is on you guys how these stories got so crazy. You guys ever played that game that you're all in a row?
Telephone?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These stories were, told centuries and however many years before they were actually written down. So I'm sure it probably started out with like a dude lived a normal life and it's 2022 and you're hearing about people eating babies.
Yeah. I like to think that.
I like to think that somebody was actually sleeping with his sister and eating his kids.
I like
that
to
makes
think-
it more interesting.
Yeah, I like
for
to
me.
think it's the original story and they've played the most perfect game of telephone on earth.
And yeah, and
They're like, guys, we can't fuck this story up because it has to get 4,000 years down the road.
Nathan, look up where Mount Olympus is. Because if it's in Washington, I might be smart.
I might be smart.
Mount Olympia.
Okay, well, you cannot clown me for that one because that's
No.
very close. Okay,
Well,
thank
that
you.
wasn't clowning you.
Okay, well, you sounded just mildly condescending when you said that.
Hey, Liam, that's Mount Olympia.
yeah, dumbass.
Actually,
Who's got pie on their face now?
Broden, you're wrong.
Ooh,
It's Olympus.
dumbass.
Mount
is
Olympus.
It is Mount Olympus.
In Washington.
It is in Washington.
Yeah. Who's the brain guy now, you dumb fat ass?
Who's got pie on their
Hey,
face?
hey, go ahead and tell me if there's Mount Olympia in Washington.
Go ahead.
Ooh, double pie.
I'll take it back if it's right.
We could talk while you research
I
that.
know the suspense is just killing
let's
me.
wait for it. Let's wait for it.
Get those thumbs moving, man. Let's
Hey,
go.
pal, I can look it up on my phone too.
Ooh.
Nope. Nope.
Figure out where Mount Olympia's at, because that is a mount.
That's what you get for wearing a half flannel, half sweatshirt, hooded, whatever that thing is.
No, Mount Olympus, you
This
said
is
there.
crazy.
There is a Mount Olympia.
Yeah, that's where all the Greek gods live.
How do you spell it?
Like Olympus.
How do you
Olympus,
spell it?
drop the US, add an IA.
OLYMPIA.
Yep. MP. What is IA?
Olympia.
How did you spell it?
Yeah, shove it up your own. There doesn't exist.
Mount Olympia?
Olympus. Or yeah, Mount Olympia does not exist.
That's bullshit.
There's a Mount Olympus.
That's just not true.
So much emphasis in the B.
Brain guy
That's
struggling.
bullshit.
Unprofessional bullshit.
Unprofessional.
Well,
bullshit.
now he's pulling out his own Google. He cannot be wrong.
We got to Google off
It's a
here.
city in Washington is what it is.
Fuck. Olympia. Yes, it's the capital.
There's also a Mount Olympus in
I'm
Greece.
fucking dumb.
Probably the one for the gods.
Wait, that's where the gods lived.
I'd say, yeah. If it's in Greece.
The gods lived in Washington. These Greek gods were
Just
like,
right over there.
we got to go see our guys. Better get on a boat.
Did you find it, Broden?
Did I find what? No, yeah, I told you
yeah.
it was a city. That's what I was thinking of, but I mixed it up with a mountain.
Bunch of idiots
So,
in this
yeah.
podcast.
Hey, pie in my face.
Pie in my face.
Now I'm only 48 for 50 on the podcast.
Olympia is also in Washington State.
Why'd you have to flame me for my outfit?
I don't know. I'm really.
That was just a little far.
That was completely uncouth, and I don't know why I did that.
What'd you say about his outfit?
He's like, that's what you get for wearing a half flannel, half sweatshirt piece of shit or something like that. I was like, okay. Well, he's wearing a Vikings jersey, huh?
They won today.
They won.
They won today.
I can't say enough. I don't watch sports, so I don't know.
I was watching football. Broden was knocking down trees.
I was also watching football. Because I got a lumber jacket on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a video of someone, they were climbing the tree and then like cutting a piece off, pushing it off. I think that'd be a fun job.
Yeah.
Do you not? No? Okay.
Like I would do it for fun, but if that was my job, I probably wouldn't like doing it.
Yeah, no, I'd do it like a job shadow.
Quick internship.
I guess when do you get to your point in life when you don't do job shadows anymore? I think I'm there.
Get hired.
As soon as like you have a career that you're at,
you start
your whole life
working there, and you're not shadowing. I'd imagine.
I feel like job shadows are strictly limited to like high school and college people.
Yeah,
probably
because after that,
it becomes
you're like in the real world,
and
yeah, you work.
Well,
yeah, that's kind of the point.
What if you get out of the real world and you want to like job shadow something else? Have you ever seen like a 44-year-old on a job shadow? Like let's say you're an accountant.
A job shadow might be like just like your first day on the job.
Yeah, but let's say you're 20 years, you've been an accountant for 20 years, and then you quit, and you're like, I'm just gonna go job shadow a bunch of places, see what I like.
I guess there used to be a guy that he was 40 something or whatever he was. He was an older gentleman trying to go.
So what we say for that is he was in his 40s.
Well, I wouldn't say that because I didn't know
how
old he was. So I was going to say 40 something or 50 or because when you say he's in his 40s, that solidifies that he's in his 40s.
Okay.
But I didn't know that.
I'm sorry.
Going through the union, going through the apprenticeship. Guy just he was a pastor, he was a mailman, he's done a magnitude and plethora of different occupations. And he's just doing it all. And he got to the union.
Are you talking about Mike Rowe?
No.
Dirty Jobs?
Dirty Jobs?
Yeah. Nope.
Those are job shadows, I would say.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, those are. But if you would consider that shadowing, yeah, then that's what he did. And they kicked him out of the union. He sucked.
Said you've had too many jobs.
No, they said you've been to too many companies and they won't hire you anymore. So go do something else.
Do you guys ever worry about in your life about doing one thing for too long?
No.
Not anymore.
Not really. No.
I found something I liked, so yeah.
Yeah, but what if you like 24 things, you know? Because I was thinking about this.
Like what?
Well, I watched this interview about this guy that was going to relate to my gambling enjoyment, but he...
Is that what we're calling it now? Is that
there's a different word other people use, but
yeah.
I just like to say enjoyment.
Yeah, mild, cocaine enjoyment once in a while. Yeah, I'm not an addict or anything, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, so my gambling enjoyment, and he was telling stories about he was a baccarat dealer, and
who?
I don't know the guy's name. They call him Professor something.
Professor Baccarat.
Yeah, what
Baccarat? It's a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a banker, there's a player. I don't know how to play it, but apparently Baccarat is a very popular game for really rich people. So it was an interview, like a 30-minute interview, and they were talking to him about the biggest bets he's ever seen at a casino and dealing to all these superstars and being a pit manager, having to kick people off the floor. And I'm like, maybe I want to experience being a
Baccarat dealer.
Well, something, Yeah. And then I saw that tree video. I'm like, I wouldn't want to cut trees down like for a living though. But I'm like, maybe I want to do that for like 2 months.
Why not?
And then maybe I want to like run a coffee shop.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Like I like video stuff. I like doing that stuff. But
yeah.
What if I'm missing out on other fun things?
Do you got the FOMO?
Sometimes I get it badly. Like, what if I want to be a cool bartender that flips bottles and catches cups?
You could do that upstairs.
Is it like
Yeah,
in
but it's not
comparison
like
to
that.
what you're doing now? Do you always try to compare it?
No, I just think I think you should experience things in life. So it's like if I just do videos for the next 55 years, am I missing out on being a lumberjack?
I think if you don't have, there's a thing that you reposted it. I think it was on your Instagram or something. It was a video, and it was like X amount, like 10 lessons of life or something like that.
Okay.
And one of them was, if it doesn't excite you, don't do it. And that's,
I like that motto.
it's really, yeah, because that one, it's always stuck with me. I mean, and that was like months ago that you had seen that. And that's one thing. And I think it's completely applicable now, that anytime that I can like consider, like if I sit back and think about like what I'm doing now, like if it doesn't excite me, then why? And that's why I feel like I don't want to say I boxed myself in, because if I sit there and think about what I would rather be doing instead of electrical work, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what would push me out of bed in the morning
To go do something.
to get out and go do something. I have
You
no idea.
constantly compare something to another. Whatever you have that you're comparing to everything else is going to seem like nothing.
Well, the
'Cause you're
grass is always
constantly-
greener. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And I
it's
think
not.
there's,
that's my favorite saying too, is that when people say that the grass is always greener, I always say, is it, or is it greener where you water it?
it's very true.
Because it's what you make of it.
I think there's different. So there's,
If
sorry
you-
to cut you off. You
No,
go
go
first,
ahead.
actually, because I'm going to go.
I was
different
just going to say, if you constantly compare one thing to another, whatever you're trying to compare to everything else is going to lose value.
route. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
And to go into as far as like trying different things career wise, I think that you can go different avenues, like different things to do in one specific niche. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I could do corporate videography. Then I'm like, okay, now I want to go work for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I want to do music. Like there's different avenues to go, or you could do residential electrical, or
I could do
then you
residential,
start- yeah.
commercial, industrial. I could go work for a power plant. I could be in a school system and just be a maintenance electrician.
Yeah, you could
Like
be
a
a
service tech.
There's
a
multiple-
teacher of
multiple
some
different
sort.
aspects. Yeah, there's all kinds of different things that you can apply yourself to, and that's why I think doing what I'm doing now, and that I've been in the oil field for this long, and I've made the money that I do, has granted me the freedom to be so carefree that I'm able to go out and do the things that I like to do.
Correct.
It's you don't
And it's-
work to live. You don't live to work. You work to live. Is that what it?
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah, that sounds right.
hey,
Yeah.
don't get stuck. I can't remember the saying, so I'm not even gonna try it. But I heard it the other day, and if I think of it, I'll say it. But fuck, what was I gonna say?
What's next on the notes, pal?
No, I need to get this out.
I know.
God damn it. Oh yes. So FOMO, like, do you ever just fear that you're missing out on going from one thing to a complete 180? Like sometimes I'm like, maybe I want to backpack in Brazil. Just cause.
Why not?
Like you miss out on experiences.
Yeah. Oh, I think that because like you said earlier with life being about experiences, I completely agree with that. Because I want to be able to go out and see and experience as many things as possible, because we have just this world that we live on, this amount of people, and so many experiences that we can take in as an individual. And you shouldn't be confined. Like there's some people that have never left the city of Minot,
Yeah.
that never leave
and
and
that's what's
never
like-
go out and do something else. And I think that's crazy. Like I went to Mexico last year. Awesome. Super cool experience.
And
I
it's
love
even
it.
like going places, but living different. But like I've thought about, I always see these van build out things. I'm like, what if I want to live in a van for a year?
Why not?
Well, I got some
Well, I mean,
things
like,
tied up
well,
here.
that's
That's
the
the
thing,
problem. And
too.
so
But
you
no,
box yourself in too early. That's one thing, not regret, but like one thing you think back on. It's like, okay, starting a business here, buying a house here, all that stuff. It's like, should I have
Box
been
yourself in,
more
you're locked
liquid
in.
to be like, okay, now I want to move to Utah and go live on the sand dunes or whatever, the salt flats. What do
Yeah.
they call them? I don't think you can live there, but
Probably
you
not
could
a good
in
idea,
a van.
I guess.
I mean, yeah.
in a van, that's the only thing you could live in. Bring a tent, car and a tent. But yeah, that's where I think about that a lot. It's like, what if I just want to like go to Macau, China tomorrow? Just start a farmer's market of some sort.
I was just actually thinking about
Going to Macau, starting a farmer's market.
not exactly
Like you
that,
fucking read my mind.
but like earlier this week, because it was my birthday and I turned 25, and I was like, okay, like now I'm kind of in the middle now to where it's like, am I young? Am I still growing up? Should I be settling down? And I was like,
Quarter of a
there's-
century, man.
quarter of a century. Like there's things now that it's like, if there's bucket list items that I should be doing, do them now while I'm young, while I'm able to, so I can experience them and enjoy doing them. And then once I get to retirement, like once you retire, you're 60, 70, whatever. You can't go out and do things. It's different.
Not as enjoyable.
Not as enjoyable, yeah. But it's like right now, like if for whatever reason I wanted to go to California and surf, because I've never surfed before, like out in the ocean.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. Maybe I
agree.
maybe I'll just take off for a week. Go there. Why not?
And that's what I was thinking about a lot lately is you can literally just do anything whenever you want.
Yeah.
Like I could go right now, I could quit this podcast, go upstairs, make a sandbox in my backyard. And no one can say anything.
Yeah. You can leave this podcast right now and go and take a piss, even though we told you to piss 5 times before we started.
Gotta have a little more structure in this podcast. Liam.
this or no?
I don't know. Do you want to?
Yeah, so I can fucking
Okay, we're
have
gonna
one.
cut this.
Yeah.
Should we talk about some gods after this whole? We just got into like a weird life
Maybe,
chat.
maybe,
there.
maybe
Yeah,
we
like,
mix in, yeah. But I think that's
it's good. You know what? Our audience
it's
needs
good.
that.
This
You know.
is what our podcast is.
yeah.
It is.
You're tuning in just because you like us, not because we actually say anything.
Not because you're like, God, I really fucking need to know about this Greek mythology. I got a test next week.
And then we ended up talking about life choices for a solid 20
I think
minutes.
about that a lot, though. I almost want to talk about it more. We should have a full
Maybe we could
episode
hit
on
it.
that.
Let's hit another episode on that.
What are we gonna name it?
Career, like careers or something like I don't know.
Life. just
Careers. That's actually a good one.
Good, yeah.
Life
Life.
choices.
Dirty jabs.
Dirty jabs. We'll get Mike Rowe on here.
Yeah.
Oh, if we got
I've
Mike
done
Rowe-
plenty of dirty jobs.
Same.
I haven't done many. I took my carpet off my
Well,
stairs.
I didn't get paid for them.
Oh. Moving on. Poseidon. What is he the god of, Liam?
Go ahead.
Poseidon is the god of water,
Yes,
The
god of
ocean.
the sea
the sea,
and
yeah.
of water generally.
Yep, types of
Earthquakes
fish.
and horses.
Earthquakes too.
Horses.
I suppose tectonic plates are down there.
I'm thinking horses he threw in there because he likes horses and like, fuck it, I'll do horses.
Seahorse.
too.
So
They're
yeah.
like, you need 3.
Seahorse.
It's like a fill in the blank. He's like,
do you have like the
Horses.
whole debacle between him and Athena in your notes about why he's the god of horses?
He's got a trident too.
all I have is he's violent and ill-tempered. Poseidon had many disputes with both gods and men, most famously with Athena and Odysseus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
Did you ever? Wasn't that? What was the book?
Iliad and the Odyssey.
Yeah, the Odyssey. Yeah.
Was that Homer that wrote those?
That's yeah. I think Homer wrote it all.
He might have.
Did you ever read? Wasn't that a mandatory read? Was Dante's Inferno as well?
I never had
Dante's
to read
Inferno.
it.
I didn't have to read that. Yeah, but
That's one I got halfway through it, and then me and my girlfriend broke up, and she took her book back, so I couldn't read it anymore. Which would have been nice because
you like the book?
it was a good book, and she had a lot of notes written in there, so it was easy for me to understand.
She had like pictures drawn in there.
Yeah.
And he's just going,
In crayon.
He had cliff notes.
Yeah.
He gets to work.
In
He's like, I wish.
crayon.
He's like,
Well,
I wish I knew what that meant.
well,
Looks
because
down. He's
that
like,
was,
oh my god, tells me exactly what it means.
That's what. So, Easton, you have tattoos.
Yep.
If you had to get a sleeve, if you've ever wanted a sleeve, do you have an idea what you'd want?
Like a full sleeve. So I'm.
Yeah.
If I'd get a sleeve, it'd be like a patchwork sleeve.
So you've imagined it. You've considered it.
Yes.
So, I've always had this idea. If I were ever to get a sleeve or sleeves, I would want one arm to be
Dante's Inferno in big bold letters.
one. No, definitely not. But one arm is going to be the stairway to heaven, and then clouds and the pearly gates on my shoulder.
Yep.
And then the other arm is every layer of hell. So each is a mortal sin. There's multiple layers. So Dante's Inferno is the story of Dante traveling through hell, going through to each layer and learning about each one.
Okay.
So that's why I was reading the book, learning about it.
Seeing how you could do the tattoos and stuff.
Yeah.
Getting
I've
a
heard
little
it's
bit more
actually like a
knowledgeable.
really good read.
How many pages is
Crazy.
it?
I probably
It's, not that- it's really not that many. I think 300-400 maybe.
I haven't read a book since maybe 8th grade.
I was literally
Right.
just gonna ask both of you when was the last time you guys read a book before Dante's Inferno.
like a
Dante's
not
Inferno would have been the last one, I think.
like not school assigned, like just on my own time.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably about 8th or 9th grade.
So that
Really?
that would have been
Yeah.
a year ago. I was reading Dante's Inferno, a year or two.
10 years probably for me.
And he knows the most out of all of us. That's what's crazy.
There you
Instead,
go.
he just
Books are
reads
alive.
maps and
Just looks
random
at
articles.
Google Earth.
Yeah, so you probably have a lot of those like things that send you a daily article every day that you read.
No, I do actually like read articles on stuff though. Oddly enough,
that you just run into, or do you actively search out these articles?
it'll be like something that like I'm interested in, and like maybe like I'll watch like a video on it or a movie on it, and I'll be like this like theory or concept or
Okay,
whatever.
so are you the person, like, let's say you watch a movie on Percy Jackson's, keep it on brand here, right? And then after that, you're like, oh, I'm going to go research some stuff about Percy Jackson to find out more?
Absolutely,
Really?
yes.
So
And
you
that's how like I ended up getting deep into the Greek mythology stuff is because I read the books, all of them. I think there's
Okay.
like 5,
Yep.
and then eventually the movies came
This
out.
is pre-8th grade.
This is
Yeah.
probably like 5th or 6th grade.
Okay.
And so like after reading the books, I just got totally like engulfed in
sense.
this. And
It really has to be specific for me to do that. So, like, something I really like learning about, JFK assassination.
Mhm.
When we went to Dallas, I bought that book. After
Right.
we walked through
Did
the
you read
museum
it?
and everything, I gave it to my dad to read. He's a slow reader, so.
he's on
Just
page
kidding, I don't know.
6.
No,
Busy guy.
I think I don't know if he's read it, but he really likes it too. That's kind of where I started liking it. But I bought that book because I was like, I want to learn more about the JFK assassination. Same with 9/11. Sounds really morbid. I just like learning about that. I think I watched a movie on it, and then I was like, I'm gonna go read a bunch of
Like
articles
some-
about it. Yeah.
You're like a little bit of a conspiracy nut. Like not that you believe all of them, but you like hearing what they have to offer.
Not the conspiracies, just tragedies, I think.
Well, there's a
Or-
lot of
that's kinda
conspiracy. Okay, I
funny.
mean
But
that's
they
fair.
just said it like that. Yeah.
I always say this, which sounds horrible, but I always tell people this that I'm close with, and now a bunch of random strangers on the internet I'm going to tell too.
I don't know.
But I want to be alive for something crazy like that. Like COVID, and I was telling someone this, I can't remember, but they're like, well, you lived through COVID. And I don't count that as the same thing because COVID was stretched out so long. But
Like, it
one
just-
event
that happens
that you're
over
like-
like 5 minutes.
that you're like, holy shit, like 9/11. Like, I
What
want to be
about
able
the-
to turn the TV on and watch a plane fly into a building. I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
But
What about-
if there's something's gonna happen, I want to be able to experience that. You know what I mean? Because I asked
about,
people
like-
about 9/11, they're like, "Oh, I remember I was here and I was doing this and this." And I was like,
No.
"I don't have a story like
I
that."
was 3. Like I barely remember.
Yeah, I don't have a story like that. JFK, like if the president got shot right now, we'd know exactly where we are for the rest of our life. We could tell that story.
What about when Mac Miller died?
I remember texting you immediately.
I remember
You-
exactly where I was. Me and
We
you
were at
were at
Menards.
work,
Yeah.
sitting in the lumberyard, and I
Broden-
shed a
I
tear.
told
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably cried.
Yeah. That's what I'm pretty sure I told you, right?
Yeah, you
Told him
me.
to cry.
I said,
Like,
No,
Start
he told
crying.
me. He goes. Mac Miller died. I was like, no, you're kidding. He showed me like
Yeah.
the
all the articles
Newsline.
because it was
the
just
news
Twitter.
heading?
The whole feed was Twitter.
I guess Kobe Bryant kind of.
I remember where I was when he died.
Yeah,
I was ice
I
fishing.
remember that.
I remember TMZ came out with it, and that
I
was the
thought it was
only
a
place
fake.
that came out with it. No one else was reporting it, and I was like, I think Kobe died.
But then everybody was like, it's just
Yeah.
TMZ. Like it's
Yeah,
probably
nobody
fake.
knows about TMZ.
But yeah, I guess I've lived through some things like that, but I want like a life-altering tragedy. That sounds
What-
just.
I was gonna say, do you
I don't
want
want- no,
like,
I
your
don't
whole
want it.
family
Yeah, I
to
don't-
die in a car crash?
No, I don't. But it's just like 9/11 was something like that, right? Not one person's death. 9/11, I'm putting this on the record. Horrible thing. I do not want another 9/11 to happen.
Thank you, because that's you're
But
really,
something
you're
like
really
9/11.
I know it. I just don't know how to get the point across without saying that I want. Like, I'm not some extremist here. Where I'm
the
like-
more I hear you say that, the more
Yeah.
I'm convinced that I'm like, I think I want to hear about world hunger being solved or
Yeah.
something like that. It's like you really just gone off the deep
Gotta
end.
take it easy. But like the Titanic, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other things that I've lived through that I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I don't
Like,
know.
can you guys think of anything?
The Cubs winning the World Series after like 112 years.
Yeah, but let's say I don't care about the Cubs.
I don't
Something that every single year I'm gonna think about. You know what I mean?
Like something that
The
has
flood,
happened.
maybe. Like the flood, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't remember a lot from that. I was still only like 11 years old.
Oh, I
10 years
fucking
old.
remember.
I remember the
shoveling
flood.
sludge out of my fucking driveway.
So maybe I have a bad memory. I'm starting to learn.
I remember going and just filling sandbags for like a few hours each day with my mom. And we
didn't
just did that.
You didn't get flooded, did you?
We were really close.
Must be nice.
We were close.
We were about like a block
Yeah.
away. But so like after we got all our stuff taken care of, we just went and like donated our
Pointed
time to
fingers-
filling sandbags.
Pointed
and
the
stuff for
fingers at the people that were
Yeah.
getting flooded.
Yeah, we just walked down the street and
Thanks a
said,
lot.
nice house.
Like
It's fucking underwater.
what's that one guy from The Simpsons?
Bart.
Milton.
Milton.
No, the one guy that points and laughs. Yeah, that was
I can't
Broden.
remember.
But yeah, I mean, tragedy. I don't want another tragedy to happen, but
But you do.
Sure. You sound like
Yeah,
sound like,
you
sounds
were
like you
really
do.
no. I just
convincing
if
for about
something
5 minutes
if
that-
something does happen, I just want to make sure I see it, not in person, but like I want to experience it. I want to be busy. I want to be like, I gotta finish this video before 1 or something. You know, I don't want to be recording a podcast while something. Like if I went upstairs, turned the TV on, I guess I'd be okay.
It's all relative. You still learn about it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter when.
I don't know. I guess I sound like a really bad guy right now, but I promise you, it's in good faith.
Hey, don't worry. Our whole team is full of bad guys.
You're like,
I don't
how
know-
could it be?
I don't know how you. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how you keep that in good faith, but sure.
Do you not like? Do you not want that to happen to you?
No.
You don't care.
No, not
I'm
at
on-
all.
I'm
No,
on Liam's
I don't,
side
I don't
100%
care
here.
whatsoever. All I know is that I'm going to work tomorrow and probably going to come home from work tomorrow. And then I got softball and then I got to do some homework.
Yeah,
I
but
don't ever think about the next big tragedy that's going to affect my life because it may happen and it
Maybe
may
you
don't.
should think about like where you're going to be when they
don't want it
find
to
the
affect my
cure
life,
for
though.
cancer or something.
yeah, they never will though. Big pharma,
Big pharma.
we've got a grip on that.
They already have. They're just not giving it to everybody.
I think so. Maybe I do.
That's a whole.
Maybe I am into
We're gonna
conspiracies.
save that.
That might
We're
be
gonna
another
save that
episode.
for a
Conspiracies
different
episode.
episode.
But yeah, I mean, I don't just put it out there again. I don't want a tragedy to happen, but
Okay.
I do not.
You
want,
say that.
Yeah. How about you start saying some things
Maybe
about some Greek
okay. Maybe
gods?
this is a better way. I don't want a tragedy to happen, but it would have been life changing to be alive during one that has already happened. Is that better? Like if I was old, like I was alive during 9/11, but if I was old enough to remember it, that's what I wish. I wish I was old enough to remember it.
Like old enough to remember how life was before 9/11 happened.
And old enough to remember the days and weeks and months after.
Right.
I can watch movies and stuff on it, but I didn't experience it.
Like when George Bush threw out that first pitch at Yankee Stadium, like a week after 9/11 or whatever, and the place just went nuts.
Yeah, like I want
And
to
he threw
be
a
able to
perfect
remember
strike.
that stuff.
Or like, do you remember? I remember watching the Phillies Mets game when it was when everybody found out that the Marines had killed.
Oh, so yeah.
And
See,
it was-
that's something
and
I
it
forget
was-
about.
It was in the 9th inning, and the score was 1-1, and then the Mets ended up winning.
Yeah,
So
so
it
it's like,
was
ladies and gentlemen,
9/11, and
We got
Osama bin Laden died, and that's when everybody found out. And like the whole stadium in Philadelphia just erupted into USA. And it was like
That's
watching
sick.
it. I remember watching it live, and it was just crazy.
see, that's where I'm pissed.
Like,
Like
you
I'm
get-
jealous of Broden because I didn't watch it.
This guy's got a weird brain though. I
I
don't
do.
remember
He's
what happened
weird.
last week.
Yeah, me neither. And that's why it's like, even if one of these things did happen, I don't know if I'd remember it.
Exactly. So that's why you hunger for it so bad, is because
Yeah,
you want.
I needed to keep.
want
I needed them to
that.
keep happening.
Yeah. We need tragedies.
It's a
please.
domino effect.
God. What is it?
Uh,
the butterfly effect.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't want it to happen, but
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
yeah, like that's crazy. I do remember that a little bit. I think were we in 8th grade, Mr. Irwin's class? Rest in peace.
Oh yes, that was for Sandy Hook.
Oh, it was. See, Sandy Hook, I kind of remember. That was crazy.
I didn't remember that until you said that.
Yeah.
Who's the next Greek inbred god?
Guys, how much time are we at? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Tons.
6, 7, 8, 9 more gods before I even get to a couple stories.
Hour and 13.
We're at an hour and 13. Let's talk about the stories. We'll wrap it up. No,
Let's
we
get
talked
it.
about
Touch
the
on
we
some
talked about
gods.
we talked about the big ones. Let's talk about Aphrodite.
I don't know why
Goddess
we even
of
have
love and
topics
affection.
anymore.
Yeah, honestly, we should just get on here and start
Just
riffing.
start
Hey, how you guys
talking.
been? Aphrodite. Let's talk about her.
Mhm.
Broden, who is she?
The goddess of love and affection, and
The goddess of
Beauty.
sexual love and beauty.
Mm.
Almost like hit it on the nail on the head. Like you're the hammer, she was the nail.
I wish.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna have to cut that. Just
Why?
kidding. I don't know, because I just set him up like a layup.
That one's not so
alley-oop.
bad.
Yeah,
She
it wasn't.
better
keep
be
that.
a bombshell if she's the goddess of that
Guaranteed.
stuff.
She's a goddess, guaranteed.
I think a lot of people said
Choose the most beautiful god.
Yep. She was extremely
Goddess.
vain, witty, self-absorbed, cunning, jealous, and self-centered. She had multiple lovers and gave birth to many children, but never managed to find the ideal partner who would live up to her expectations. That's what she was cursed with. Aphrodite
Makes
later,
sense. Do you get that?
and of her own volition, had an affair with Zeus, but his jealous wife Hera, see, she just keeps coming up, laid her hands upon the belly of the goddess and cursed their offspring with malformity.
I think that's Hephaestus.
Hera laid her hands upon the belly of the goddess and cursed their offspring with malformity. Fuck.
Malformities.
Malformity. Just a Y.
Okay.
Cursed their offspring with malformity. Hermes, that's a little flying guy with the boots or the
He's the
sandals.
messenger of the gods.
Yeah. He is also a trickster, a troll, which I kind of like. He might be my favorite. What's your guys' favorite? Go ahead.
I've always rocked with Zeus, I guess.
Rocked with him.
We get it. Me and Zeus, we're chopping it up. We're talking about whatever.
The way you guys were staring at me.
That just came out of nowhere.
All right, that's enough gods we're going to talk about. Let's talk about the Trojan horse and get out of here. Actually, two more things. Trojan horse. Yeah, the Trojan horse, the big wooden horse during the Trojan War.
That wasn't about the gods.
That was the fight, the Trojan War.
Fight about what? What did this have to do with the gods?
Trojan War. The Trojan War was waged against the city of Troy by the
That's got to be
Achaeans after Paris of Troy took Helen from her husband Melanus, king of Sparta.
That's my favorite movie. I'm going to be honest with you. Or not my favorite. I'm not going to say my favorite, but that's such a comfort movie for me. I always keep Troy, Warrior. Warrior's very unknown. I told you to watch that.
And Gladiator.
Yes.
I knew that was coming for you.
Thank you.
What do you keep?
Russell Crowe is just gnarly.
Oh,
in
yeah,
that movie.
absolutely. That
Gnarly in
movie is phenomenal.
Incredible.
You keep them where? Like in a
Especially
tote
the
bag and
ending.
you walk around
Oh,
with
they're
them?
they're right there. Like whenever, like if I'm about to fall asleep and I want to fall asleep to like the TV or something in the background, it's Troy, Warrior, Gladiator.
So you have them purchased on iTunes.
Dude, the
Nope,
ending
they're
of
just
Gladiator.
on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's
The ending
that's
when he's in the
convenient.
field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
It hits.
that gets going.
Yep.
But no, the war is one of the most important events in Greek mythology. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
I don't know why. The Trojan horse left it at the gates of Troy. They then pretended to sail away. The Trojans believed the huge wooden horse was a peace offering to their gods. So that's how it kind of ties in. And thus a symbol of their victory after a long siege. And then
You're just
boom, next
hanging
thing you
on the
know,
belly.
next thing you know, there's just a bunch of them just chilling in there.
Uh-huh.
Last thing we'll talk about, and then we'll wrap this up after talking to little to no Greek mythology. The 12 labors of Hercules, bro. Have you heard of this?
Yep.
I remember watching that in the movie.
I don't know exactly what they
Dwayne
are,
The Rock Johnson.
but it's this shit that he had to kill the Nemean lion and all that other stuff.
That's crazy.
crazy
That's
stuff.
literally step one. Slay the Nemean lion.
Fucking his brain is working overtime right
Yeah.
now. This is nuts.
This
So-
is how my brain goes. I'm telling.
He
I
killed.
can't say that. Never mind.
He killed his wife and children, and then he was sent to complete 12 tasks. He had to slay the Nemean lion. Was step one. Step two: slay the 9-headed Lernaean Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
3, capture the Who is naming these places? Probably the same guy from the Conquerors and Explorers episode.
Just putting random
Remember,
letters
he's
up
like,
there.
no, we're gonna actually just drag this out.
They definitely weren't charging cents per letter at this point.
No. Like, do you guys make signs? Yeah, 9 letters. Cyrenian hind. Capture the Cyrenian hind.
Hind.
Capture the Cyrenian hind. Capture the Arimathian boar. Arimathian boar.
Mm-hmm.
Clean the Augean stables in a single day.
Augean.
Augean stables in a single day. Did you know that one? Augean? Okay, good. Makes me feel a little bit better about myself
First
because
I've
that's
heard
a shorter one.
First, I've heard about it right there.
Yeah. These are really actually hard to read when you don't see them in advance.
the way Greeks write stuff, like Greek names and stuff like that, are
Was
difficult.
Shakespeare a poet, or was Shakespeare a Greek?
No,
Was he a poet? I think so.
he was a poet.
What was Shakespeare?
Poet.
English.
English.
Like British.
Yeah.
Definitely not Greek.
Bad teeth. Slay the Stymphalian birds. Capture the Cretan bull. Steal the mares of Diomedes. Got it. Nice. Obtain the girdle.
Obtain.
Obtain the girdle
Me
of,
and you both, brother.
of Hippolyta, queen of the Amazon. The girdle.
Nice.
Is that like a nut cup?
A girdle of Hippolyta.
Probably pretty cool.
It's like a. Yeah.
They're jocks.
Some sort of loincloth, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
An undergarment, if you
Yeah,
will.
Yeah.
if you will.
Obtain the girdle of Hippolyta, queen of the Amazon.
Hey, this guy's got something for us.
What do we got? He's got his legs crossed too.
Yeah, a girdle is
Saucy.
like Spanx.
Spanx.
Spanx, so like they're spandex.
Yeah, he had to
Yes.
score some Spanx.
Obtain the girdle of Hippolyta, queen of the Amazon. Obtain the cattle of the three-bodied giant Geron. Is that right? Geryon.
How is it spelled?
Geryon.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Geron. That's nice. I guessed on that one. Steal 3 of the golden apples of the Hesperides. Ease.
I think Hesperides or something like
Hesperides, yeah.
yeah.
And capture and bring back Cerberus.
Sick.
What a list of tasks.
Good for him. That's a lot.
And he got them done, eh?
Yeah. That's why he's like the most legendary of him and Achilles. Well, you guys have heard of Achilles.
Achilles.
He has something named after him.
The tendon in your ankle. Yeah.
Have you ever heard one of those snap? Apparently it's like a gunshot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Oh, I was at a jiu-jitsu tournament a few years ago. And
Practicing or watching?
performing.
Performing.
Yeah, I was there. I got the shit beat out of me. I'm a
not
lover,
good.
not a fighter.
I'll never
You tried to
forget-
talk him out of it?
I'll never
I
forget
know.
when so little premise to this story. When him and I were both working at the old lumber yard, he goes and asks our boss for April 20th and April 21st off. And then he goes, oh yeah, what are you taking that off for? And he goes, jiu-jitsu tournament. The most like unbelievable
Out of
thing.
nowhere, yeah. There's no way I'm taking 420 out for a jiu-jitsu tournament. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to convince
And
you.
our boss was like, all right, pal. Yeah,
I'm sure.
you'll get the time off.
Yeah,
Comes back and yeah.
No jiu-jitsu tournament?
hilarious. No,
Yeah,
Was it actually that weekend?
Yes.
And I remember when
Yeah,
he was
no fuck with
gone,
you.
they asked me like, "Is he actually there?" And like Liam sent me a picture of like the.
In his
I'm like,
gi?
yes, like
Yes,
he is
I was in my
actually
gi.
at
Yeah, I
a
was
jiu-jitsu.
actually there.
And
I'm
they're
not
like,
fucking with-
That's crazy. I thought there was
No,
no way.
that is
Tell me
Like,
about it.
yes,
Lying,
he's-
No,
That's
but
awesome.
I listened to some guy's shin get snapped in half, and it was like, when you take a leather belt and you make the loop in the center and then you snap it.
Yep.
That's what it sounded like.
Oh,
It was loud,
Oh,
very loud.
I don't really do broken bones well and blood and
That
stuff.
happens.
Bruises I can
like protruding bones, like Kevin Ware for Louisville.
Wrap this one up.
Yeah, we're gonna do an outro, but you get it.
You guys go ahead and do the outro.
No, don't leave. Let me just do the outro.
Listen, it's just been 20 minutes.
I know. Okay, Liam, do the outro. That's episode 11 of Three Dudes, everybody.
Episode 11.
That's episode 11. Talked
It's
about
episode 11.
Greek mythology.
Yeah, if we left anything out, which we know we did, just
Because we didn't really talk about a lot of
flame
Greek
us in the
mythology.
comments.
We missed about 8 gods we were going to talk about, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Please leave a comment, throw this up in your story, share it with a family member or a friend,
Or both.
and leave a rating and review. That helps us jump
Write
up.
another postcard.
Yeah, write a postcard.
More
Leave
postcards.
leave a rating and review. That helps us jump up in the Spotify Apple Podcast algorithm. So we will see you guys next week for episode 12 of Three Dudes. Peace out.